Okay, so this is a quick video on how to print on fabric of any kind. And I like to use freezer paper. One side is shiny, that's the more sticky side, the other side is not. So I like to just cut myself a little shape. And you can do it really simply with just something like a little spiral. And, you know, like I said, one side is a little stickier. It's not totally sticky, but sticky enough that you can put some fabric paint down. So I'm going to iron this onto either a piece of cloth or a garment that I'm trying to print. So we go here. Here's the crazy sort of an iron that I would not be using for nice clothes because I get ink on it. And here's a t-shirt. And I am going to just iron this onto the shirt. And it's just going to block the paint from going here where the paper is. So the big thing is like, what do you use? And I like to use something by this company called Pro Chemical, and they're in Massachusetts, and they make their own fabric paints. Anyway, they also have really good technical help that you can talk to people. They actually call you back. They also have how-to handouts on their website that's really easy to access. But here's another. This is like all different kinds of screen printing ink that I've gotten from lots of different places. Heat set, mediums. It's sort of endless. I'm trying to think if there's. This is the stuff from Michaels. I think it's called, I don't know, fabric paint. Yeah, and this has instructions on the back, but it's all basically the same stuff. It's all paint that has something in it that can be heat set, so the garment can be then washed and the paint stays in the fabric. So I'm just going to do, I have a little palette of paint over here because I'm working on a bunch of different stuff. But just so you can see, I mixed a little bit of white because I want some coverage over this. Just sort of a rosy. And half of it I want to be like a blue color and the other half sort of a pink. And that's basically it. And because I don't want to sit around and wait for stuff to dry, I just, sometimes I'll dry it with a hair dryer, but you can also use Teflon sheet to go over this, but basically that's it. It's like how simple this is. So there it is. And you can make it as opaque, like as dark as you want to, or as pale as you want to. I also just use some, I'm going to just block this in a little bit. So I'm using just a something to give me a line. I can make this like a little block, sort of paint it in. Really kind of quick, so you can see it. Again, I just have to put some heat on it for not that long. And so I made a little square. And I can also I can use fabric stamps. And those, I need a little more paint to get, but it leaves a different mark. So if you like the look of printmaking, so this is just a foam stamp I got from Michael's or something. I also make my own, but that's another, just putting a little moisture on this. And I'm gonna print somewhat half over this square and half not over it. Just gonna add a little heat. That just sets the textile paint into the garment. So now you just have a little, sort of, you can see it a little bit. And I can just, if I want this to be not very visible, I'm just watering it down a little bit more. But the nice thing is you get different, it's different than straight on painting, because sometimes the paint will pool up in the spots in the stamp. So again, it's just sort of, you can see it, but then it's a little, when you look away, it's different than the other one that I wanted to be a dominant. So you can do either or, something that's watered down and then it just covers over something that you're trying to cover. And that is the very quick version of painting on, you can do that on any textile. I just painted something this morning that's going to go on a jacket. So I'm doing an applique. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's just like the possibilities are kind of endless. That's a pomegranate. And these are all done with stencils. Freezer paper cut out. I do have a Cricut machine that does some of the cutting out for me, but not always. So, and I can reuse them. Not many multiple times, but it's still paper, so it's not going to hold up that long. Okay, that's it. And happy printing. Pro Chemical is great. They're in, I don't know, down east. And then just your regular Michael's, those little things. You can also just hand, this is an opaque. So if I put it directly, it's going to show up as little dots. Just directly paint right on the fabric. I don't know if that's showing up. Yeah. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.